actually the guy that got me into this mess. I mean, and hopefully he'll be back here soon and do his 1945 impression of a Jewish chaplain. I love him dearly. The pastor asked me to come in and speak, and so I asked him if it would be all right for me to come as my Spanish-American War self. And he thought, oh yeah, okay, that's good. So a couple weeks ago, I gave him a script that I'm going to read, and this one is kind of new to me. Normally, I come off the top of my head with it, but this is all kind of new to me. So I'm going to kind of describe this to you so that you understand, and then from there I'll get into my program. The ladies carry one of these around. They call it a purse. We call it a haversack. This is our utensils, our dishes, our shaving kit, all the good stuff. In my case, I also have my wireless communication device. Telegraph, you know. This uniform is the duck pants, the Union wool shirt that they adopted in 1898 for this war. This is my neckerchief. I portrayed a surgeon in Confederate surgeon. Then when they came along to do a movie, it's called The Splendid Little War, the History Channel did, they asked me if I would come and do a surgeon for them. So this is actually the scarf that was issued to me for the surgeons because I belonged to Teddy Roosevelt. I was his personal surgeon. So I have my little, I can't move them too much because the old-fashioned clips don't lock. The dog has already knocked one off this morning. These are my reunion badges from the early 1900s. So with that said, let me whip out my notes, whip out my eyes, and start my program here. This is the 4th of July, the weekend of, and pastors asked me to speak on the true meaning of the 4th of July. This is now 1946, and it's 170 years since the Declaration of Independence was acknowledged. The 4th of July is a time to commemorate America's Declaration of Independence, a separation from Great Britain that was actually acknowledged July 4 of 1776. After voting for independence July the 2nd, Congress turned its attention to preparing by a committee of 5 with Thomas Jefferson as the principal author. Congress debated this revised declaration, approving it July 4th. Each state then was a republic, and fierce debate was held over the wording. At the close of the Congressional Convention in 1787, Benjamin Franklin was asked, do we have a republic or a monarchy? And he answered, it's a republic, if we can keep it. My family has fought in the military going back to 1759. My great-great-grandfather fought in the French and Indian Wars under Colonel Powell. He was part of the South Carolina Governor Littleton's militia. His son, George, joined George Washington during the American Revolution. And then later, my grandfather joined the 59th Alabama as part of Hilliard's Legion and fought in the Confederate Army from 61 to 1865. In 1898, at the beginning of the Spanish-American War, I entered the 28th Volunteer Infantry to go defend the U.S. from Spain. The island of Cuba was only 90 miles off the coast of Florida, and the sinking of the Maine and Havana Harbor was the torch that lit the powder keg, sending us off to war. I returned to the States in 1900 after freeing the Philippine Islands. I've lived a long life, and hopefully I'll live a lot longer. But I've seen World War I, the Great War, ending with the signing of the armistice on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. World War II began for the U.S. with the attack of Pearl Harbor, December 7th of 41, and ended September the 2nd, 1945. The war to end all wars. Now here we are, almost a year later, and again it's the 4th of July weekend. Now the reason to celebrate remains the same. To recognize the right of the United States of America to unify as one country, no longer the subjects of King George, but an independent nation of free men and women. Our freedom, our democracy that we've been blessed with is a direct product of the sheer determination of our forefathers who worked to establish the United States of America as a free country with the freedom of speech and the freedom of religion. Thank you. God bless you all. Have a safe weekend, and know that our military are on duty.
Amen.